Hello and welcome to the Dex Loves Annie podcast. Welcome from a very hot and sticky Buckinghamshire in England. Whenever it gets hot, it also gets humid, moist, if you will. And we don't cope very well. By we, I mean me. My name is Kat. Welcome. I think I skipped a week. I would have done a podcast last Friday, but actually I went camping. That was fun. So we had a 4-day, it's not my first camping session this year. I went in February because I am mad. But this is my first sort of solo camping trip with my husband. And we were there 4 days. It was just Coventry up in the Midlands. Adults only campsite. It's a tranquil site, no noise. Oh, it was lovely. It was so calm and peaceful. We got a lovely walk or two in. I sat around and did some knitting. He sat and, because he's studying for another exam, he sat and did some of his work. We had lots of barbecues. It was lovely. And I did some knitting. Now, I didn't want to take my cardigan, the colourwork cardigan, because I figured we'd run out of light at some point and I didn't want to strain my eyes, so I did things that I could do without having to look at it too much. So things that you can sort of do by feel. I took 2 projects for 4 days just because, and I worked on this outside. This is one of my bags that I print. And I started another Tunisian crochet blanket. Now, long-term watchers will know that I have been going on about a blanket that I want to rip out because I did it for a super king size bed and it's too big. Well, I did. I left enough for a single, and then the rest of the balls were in this bag. It's Karen cakes. I think it's Aran. Really lovely, vibrant colours. And I think it's Aran weight, and it's all acrylic. Great stuff. So you can throw it in the washing machine. That's what you want when you go camping, because if we or Annie make a mess of things, then they can go in the wash. So this is where I got to. I had pulled all the yarn out stripe by stripe, and I'm just using those balls, and I'm gonna, yes, it is going to be a blanket, but I'm going to attach another one to the side of it, so it'll be a mishmash of squares and whatnot. If you haven't seen Tunisian crochet before, I'm halfway through the coming back row, so you go along and you pick up the post. This is just this one stitch. There's loads of different stitch types, but you pick up these stitches on the way and they stay on the needle, and this is another extendable jobby, and then on the way back you just take 2 at a time and you crochet back. It's really lovely, fast, sorry, I'm struggling with my breathing today, really lovely, fast way of bashing out a blanket. And I didn't want to waste the yarn, and I was going camping, and I just figured, well, somehow in my head I figured I'd have it done by the end of the weekend, but unattainable tasks comes with the whole ADHD, doesn't it? Let's face it. So yeah, the needles are Knit Pro. They're ginger. That's what I'm using. And obviously you have the screw-on cable. So this is a slightly longer cable, which I didn't need. I only have the 2 in my stash. There was a load of stuff that I wanted to make out of Tony Lips's book, which is right over there actually, for Tunisian crochet. Never got to it. I keep thinking up new things I want to cast on, and then everything else gets constant side quest with my brain. The other project I did, and yes, I'm rustling into a bag to get it out, was what I knitted inside the van when the lights went down, and I knitted on these socks. I think I was about there when I started on holiday. This is a yarn from Dye Candy, I think it is. It's been in my stash for a long time. It's one of the ones that I kind of caked up, thinking I'd be sitting here knitting really fast and lots after my operation, and there's still a basket full of caked up yarn to go. But with this one, it has a funny feel to it. It is a 4-ply, but it has kind of an almost acrylic-y kind of squeakiness to it, or roughness, or I'm not complaining because actually I quite like the feel of it, but it doesn't feel like the other 4-plies that I've used. Actually, it might be a little bit, I can't remember what that's called. I think it's Shirpiers. There was a Shirpiers yarn that I used that felt a little bit like this, and I was going to do a nice long sock because I really enjoyed those sparkly pink ones that I made, but I've also got a pair upstairs that are sparkly Beetlejuice. They're going to be long, and because of the feel of this yarn, and also because I realised I'd done them on 2.5mm instead of 2.25. I'm not going to go long, so that's probably 20, 40, that's probably about 50 rows. I'll probably go to 60 rows and then do a heel and whatnot, and cast it off, and then I might use the rest and do like a contrast heel and toe situation, because I don't like all the same anymore. I'm just too picky. I don't know. Right, so last work in progress. I've been pretty much working on this while I've been at home. It's been really slow going, and I think that's because of me more than anything else. I know other knitters would have had this banged out in a lot shorter time, but that doesn't matter. We go at our own pace. This is my colourwork cardigan. Yay! So it is a cardigan. There's a panel up the middle here that you have to reinforce and cut. It's called steeking, and I'm not looking forward to it. I'm also not 100% happy with what happened around here, so I'm going to come in and second stitch some other stuff, I think, make that look not quite so pronounced. I've done the sleeves. I've sort of gone with the pattern to a point, and then I'm just adding these crosses in, and I'm alternating them, and I think I'm about to there-ish now, not much further to go. Fudging it because this isn't actually a colourwork jumper pattern. It's got a colourwork yoke in it, but it didn't continue. That's probably why it doesn't really translate for this. It's fine on the back because, apart from the fact that I've left a big gap, because she put more German short rows in, so it's still fine on the back, but it's kind of stuffed up the front a bit. So I mean, it was an experiment, and I'm gonna love it no matter what. But yeah, I won't be doing that again. But I'm gonna love it. It's very snug on me. That's fine because I am finally starting to take control of my health, and my weight's starting to come down. Somebody actually asked me if I'd lost weight on Wednesday, so that was always all good. Apparently I'm looking a million times healthier, which is really good. I haven't been healthy this week. I've had a bit of trouble with the old diabetes, but I'm getting it back under control. We're taking control. We're taking control of our health and our life, because I am just so sick of fighting my body to be well and to support me. I'm sick of it. But I'm doing well. No finished objects to show you. Shame. But it is what it is. They're all big projects, apart from the socks. But anyway. But I did go shopping because there was a sale. And my next colourwork jumper, we're having a knit-along penguin jumper with some friends. And that is going to be my next colourwork jumper, but I'm going back to DK. And Shelley, hello Shelley, she inspired me to not go totally traditional colours. So this yarn had a sale on, and it ended 2 days ago, and I got in with like 7 hours to spare. So what we're going to do, what am I going to show you? I think I was going to do all of the, like the polar bear and there's a really pretty walrus. But then I decided, no, let's just stick with penguins. Penguins for her, because her husband likes the little, if there's any geeks here and you know the Linux operating system, their mascot. And that's kind of around the time that my husband and I met too. We were doing techie stuff and building operating systems for other software testers to test on. And we've all got little Linux stuffies. Apparently he's called Tux. I used to call him Linus. What do I know? So I am going to be using the Doodle penguin, but I'm going to be fattening him up a bit. So he looks a bit more like Tux. Anyway, this is the colour. Is that upside down? No, it's not. It's back to front what I'm looking at, but yeah, it's a purple, and it's actually a little bit darker than what I'm seeing it on the screen. Yeah, this is closer to the colour back here. And then I've got, oh, that was upside down. I'm so sorry. There you go. Black for the outside of Le Penguin, and then an off-white for his belly. That's right, that's the right way up. So yeah, this was off-white, and then I just got some yellow in to do beak and feet. So there we go, it's here. I have no idea if I've bought enough. It's very hard to tell if you've got enough for a colourwork sweater. So we'll see. I've made a good saving on that yarn anyway. I should hope it's enough. It cost enough. So when I have done the other sleeve on the cardigan, we're going to be doing a penguin jumper, probably, unless I decide there's something else I need to cast on immediately. Or finish one of my other projects, who knows. I'm staring at my graded squares blanket and a bag of stuff to make another felted bag. I'd quite like a felted bag for summer. Dear, I'm terrible, aren't I? So, yeah, that's all I've got. I showed you them, didn't I? Yeah, that's all I've got this week. I haven't done a short of me knitting anything this week. I tried on holiday, but I forgot my little mount, and it was propped up against my cup of tea, and it didn't work properly very well. Plus you had to look at my face, and who wants to do that? So yeah, that's that for this time. I hope you're all well. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you being here. I do. I might, if I can find some ones you might be interested in, I might put some camping photographs up of us. I had some beautiful purple solar lights around that awning. It's very pretty. So if you're interested in that, they're coming up. But otherwise, have a good fortnight or however long it takes for me to come back. And I'll see you soon. Bye.